Welcome to another Try It Tuesday. Today I'm going to work with this beautiful large butterfly die from Tim Holtz, and it's called Perspective. And also just try out putting this collage paper through your dies. So what I'm going to do is actually put this, because this is too thin to go through a die, I am going to adhere it to white cardstock first, so it gives me something a little bit more stable. And for glue, you could use other glues, but I like to use this gel medium, and I use the matte one. For this application, that doesn't really matter because you're not going to see it. It's down between the layers of your project. And before I get out my glue, I am going to bring out my craft mat, because glue can get messy. So my first step is to get the collage paper adhered down to my background here. And because my butterfly is going to fit on there, right? Yeah, that direction for die cutting it. So, not that the direction is going to matter. It's got so much detail that you're not going to be able to read this anyways. It's just going to be the image of black and white. But I might as well have it going the right way up. So just cut off a piece there that's going to fit my cardstock. So it's going to be glued down like that. So take out my matte medium and an old paintbrush, and I'm going to put the glue onto the cardstock because that is much more stable than the collage paper. Now this is an old stiff brush, probably not the best because I see it's making grooves in my paste. May not get the best coverage here. Yeah, I think I'm going to create a problem for myself, so I may just have to switch over to another brush. Okay, this one's smoother, but it's smaller, so it'll just take a little more time. Helps to have the right tool handy for sure. And this one isn't the right one, but we can make it work. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to give me pretty good coverage. And I'm going to lay that down, and as it goes down, I'm just going to press it from one center point and just work my way out. Just trying to reduce how many wrinkles I get. If there's wrinkles on there, it's not a big issue. It's just going to give me some texture, which is kind of cool too. But I don't want it full of wrinkles. So I'm going to try and get it reasonably smooth. And then I'll see my edges. Okay, right here I'm missing some glue, so we'll just sneak some under there. It's much easier to get it glued down now while it's a solid piece, rather than after you die cut it and realize that you missed a couple spots and your tissue isn't sticking. So I do want to just do my double check here. The die may not go right to the edge, but just in case, we'll be ready for it. There, I think that's pretty good. I don't think I'll need that little corner. So put my glue away, and let's get out the die cutting machine. So I'm using the Big Shot fold away today, which is pretty handy. It's got these little pieces that fold out, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in your craft area. And I have my die cutting plates. So I'm going to put the butterfly face down onto my project base there. I want to make sure that it doesn't go off the edge. Okay, that looks pretty good. Put my top plate on, and then I can run it through. And just for good measure, I'm going to run it through a second time. So I'm just going to back it through the machine. And while I have my machine out, I have these little storage spots in here for my die tools. Now we can just fold that out of the way and put it aside. And here's the reveal for our butterfly. I do like to turn it over, and you can, before you even remove it, you can see that it's got nice die cutting there. Nothing got missed. Pieces are already starting to fall out, so yeah, it's cut really nice there. So just take off that outside piece, which isn't bad either. You could put a piece of colored paper underneath there, or alcohol ink, or some other technique background, and that would give you a nice project as well. But for this, I'm going for the actual butterfly. So if it seems, well, this one came out real easy, but if it seems to be kind of clinging in your die and hard to get out, when you flip it over, there are little holes, and here's one of these picks, so you can always poke it through one of these holes. It'll lift it up enough that you can peel it right away, but this one's ready to fall off. I do, when I have these pieces of paper in the die, these aren't really stuck, they're going to come out really easy, but you do have this brush, and look at how easy that comes out. And once you get all those little pieces out, then it's ready to die cut again. Sometimes you can go on the back side of it. Some more coming out. And every once in a while you'll have a little piece that's just maybe small or stubborn, and that's where this little piece comes in. Oh, these are all... Oh, there's one piece here I can show you. Okay, so there's one stuck in there, so you just take your little tool and poke it out. So pretty easy, and then you get a nice clean die that's ready to go the next time. The same with your main die cut image here, the butterfly. Now these pieces are just ready to fall out. It has die cut so beautifully. But if they're not just falling out on their own, you can, now I would go gentle with this just because we've got collage paper on the top, which is pretty delicate. And if there's a spot where it's not glued down, this could really catch and pull it up. So I would go gentle if I was using that. But for the most part, these are just going to fall right out of there. So I do go through and make sure that they're all out. And then we're ready to use that. Isn't that a beautiful die? I just love the detail. Maybe easier to see if I put a colored background behind it. Just lots of detail in there. And then with our collage paper, it really switched it up. So here's one where it's in white, plain white, which is beautiful as well. And of course you can always cut it out of colored paper or patterned paper, or paper that you've done a mixed media background on. That would be great too. And here it is with that collage paper on there, so it just gives you this extra design of the black and white pattern. Now I've cut out a few of those with the collage paper on it, and I thought what I would try is spraying it, because collage paper takes spray and paints and even Wink of Stella and other mediums so nicely. So I'll bring my matte, craft mat back on here. And let's try just spraying one of these. So this first, I thought shimmer would be nice, but actually, oh, there's maybe a little bit in there. Shake that up good. Anytime you have a product where you can hear that metal ball in there, and you know it's got to be shaken very well. Also, anything that's got glitter in it, the glitter generally settles to the bottom, or if you're storing it on the side, it'll gather on the side. So you want to get that good and shook up so that it'll get the glitter going. Oh, I like that. Oh, and that's sparkly too. Can you see that shine on there? Yeah, I really like that. And you can still see the black and white design. So it just adds something extra to it. And it turned our regular cardstock into something where we can add a wet medium on top of it. Oh yes, I really like that. Okay, I have to do another one just because I like it so much. And I don't have a lot of the spray left, so time to get some more. I don't think I even need so much. It's kind of nice with just a little bit on there maybe. Oh, even that looks beautiful. So you know what you could do is, don't waste it. You can even do this. Of course your fingers are going to get messier, but that's part of crafting, right? Okay, what happens? Kind of. Not the best. It's better when you spray right on there. But here's one. Okay, so where you do it pretty solid and where you do it with just a spritz. So depending on what you're going to use your butterfly on, either one of those is going to work. Or you could leave it just plain black and white. And here's an idea, if you're just leaving your butterfly as the black and white design, I'm going to add this to one of my art journal pages, which are pretty colorful and busy, so having something black and white on it, I think will work out very well. So I can just add this onto my art journal background, and maybe a quote, and I think that would even finish off the page. Or here's one with some oranges, so black and white just works out really well on a busy background. So I hope you have fun with that idea and try adding your collage to cardstock and then die cutting it. Thanks for watching.